Hey traders, welcome to another edition of the Crypto Lab with Alex, featured by Trading Analysis. So today's Crypto Lab will be a little bit shorter because 4:30 Eastern Time we will have a big webinar. I will kind of tell you or post a link afterwards, so maybe you will be interested to join. We will go in nitty-gritty of the crypto space for the last almost decade. It will be Bennett Tyndall, which leads the crypto trading in trading analysis, sorry, stock trading in trading analysis, and me. We will be your hosts in this webinar. It is a little bit of educational and it's going to be free, of course. So please join us if you like to see how do we see a crypto space evolution in the next couple of years, what happened in the past, and also the distracting factors that we see on this road. I hope you're all good. Carter wrote that I'm going to be thrown in Gulag. I'm not from Russia, Carter. I'm from Serbia. I hope you're all well, safe and sound. And let's start with today's review. Of course, you can type in something if you like me to see, some charts or some other things regarding crypto space. As you know, our overall stance is that we are going to be in a small crypto winter. And for now, this thesis has been unfolding relatively nicely. We can go and see and overlook what is going on with the market capitalization. From 1.2 trillion, and we have noticed that 1.2 trillion that we have been stalling a little bit with the new inflows in cryptos, especially in a Bitcoin, and from there we retraced to 620. I think it was the low. Now we are trading at 731 billion. So we are around, let's say, 500, 600 billion short over there. And as well in others, we had a little bit of mixed exchange between the first 10 places. Dogecoin fell from the 4th place to 6th. Cardano or ADA is still on 5th one. Binance Coin firmly on the 3rd place with 65 billion. Ether, of course, on the 2nd. XRP climbed a little bit. Potential case is still ongoing, and as I overlook the latest developments there, it seems that XRP plus on the win on this lawsuit is going and increasing with time. But I think also XRP will be subject to the rest of the crypto space sentiment. Polkadot is on 8 with 25, and then we have a Uniswap on 10, and then the others scrolling around down to 20th place. Many of them we also cherish to be a good projects for the future. Let's look a little bit Bitcoin dominance chart. As I said before, I'm not willing anymore to kind of repeat this Bitcoin versus alts. I don't think that is viable now, but still the market cap is forcing us to look Bitcoin versus all others. And I think that will be greatly changed in the future. Currently, we have been looking this for a flat for some time already. Now, I think for the last even 1 year, we were looking for this flat correction, which means that this fifth wave or a 5-wave sequence can go even to this 36.47. We have seen our projected true to say, from a little bit lower levels than I expected, 4th wave pullback. Potentially this 4th wave pullback is still not over. We have seen 3 waves up. Might be a triangle, you never know with the 4th waves. I definitely see a potential that for very small amount of time alts still outperform Bitcoin, and then we might see something more exuberant on the upside, and the Bitcoin either less move to the downside, or alts will probably dive to the downside more than a Bitcoin. So we will see how that will unfold. but in this chart I see technically a potential for one more low to come and then a potential reversal. So we will keep still to watch this chart as long as the market cap stays in favor of the Bitcoin. But I think in future this will not be a rightful representative of what is going on the space, because many of these crypto projects are viable cases, real cases, while the Bitcoin narrative is pushing the store of value and potentially currency narrative, which for now Bitcoin failed to kind of achieve in a current financial system. I mean, in a general financial system. So we will look for another move down. CoinDesk news, nothing much these days. I have seen a shift of sentiment to bull to bears and vice versa. Many traders are switching again, expecting a fast recovery as it was before. Potentially, we think that this now will not happen so fast. We stay bullish on the crypto space, but we disagree with kind of an overall outlook that this recovery will be so fast due to macro environment. Fed explicitly said yesterday that they are going to shift towards tapering and a more, let's say, transitional and inflationary narrative. I think this inflationary narrative will last for, let's say, year or two, and then we might see deflationary forces, which is supportive, at least as a store of value narrative for the Bitcoin further. I didn't see much of the news in the last couple of days. I don't know what I will say that today something more kind of a standout news will be worth of looking. Bitcoin attempts price breakout. Analysts see a limited upside. I like this. This is somebody saying. We have seen also different regulatory aspects, taxation aspects, also moving around across the spectrum. Don't stray away the fact that from 1st of July we will see 4,000 funds in Germany will be allowed to invest in the crypto space, almost 20% of their net worth. So that I think will be positive, although I'm still holding the view that this recovery, due to possible central bank changes and lesser liquidity into the system, and definitely margin spillover into crypto space, will be affecting, at least for some time, further flows towards the crypto space. So I'm going to hold this narrative until proven differently. And for now, it has been working nicely. We also see a move up in a Dogecoin. Dogecoin was launched in the Coinbase Pro. That kind of propped out a further buying. We will see also the Dogecoin chart and what we can look for more. And also I have this GBTC Grayscale Bitcoin Trust still in this type of a consolidation in a possible triangle before. Definitely this is still a bullish chart, but we might spend some time in a consolidation as potentially in a Bitcoin. So let's look a little bit of longer term charts as we do every time. We have seen the variety of opinions regarding the current move in a Bitcoin. So our overall outlook, which we will express a little bit more supported in the tonight's webinar, is still going to be bullish on a Bitcoin. We are looking these longer term charts, and for now we are going to keep the thesis that this is some type either of the ABC, WXY, or a triangle consolidation before we start a new bull run. As you can see, this base channel scenario where we are going to touch 22, 21, 20K is still pretty much intact. 38% retracement, which we usually measure pullbacks for the possible fourth wave, are there. If we are going to be at 23% retracement, that's usually for a triangle wave count, which means that instead of some directional correction, we can lift this possible wave 4 and kind of depict a possible triangle here, which has a 5 legs in it, and it will definitely take some time to unfold before we start a possible new uptrend again. So it will look something like this, more of a sideways consolidation with up and down. This is not a very tradable environment, especially for the new baby not skilled traders. So if you're in that category, triangles are very tricky stuff to trade. On a smaller time frame, you will see subdivisions. Some of these subdivisions might be complex, some of them might be simple, but definitely will be a harder trading environment for some time if we see a triangle. From the time measurement, because we usually in this methodology tend to look some type of let's say a nice relation between the time elapsed in a wave 2 and in a wave 4. 100% of equality in this time will be around end of 2021, beginning of 2022. 1618 will take us to June, July 2022, and if we have a more moderate correction in a sense of directional move, or moderate means less expanded in time. I am looking this correction to be more of a directional than sideways. Todd, which is our fearless leader in trading analysis, have a view that this is more of a sideways correction. So it is one small thing that we potentially disagree, but I think time will tell. But in general, the guideline of alternation will tell that if we have a more sideways and complex second wave, the fourth wave will be more simple, which can place us to this 0.618 time elapsed in a wave 2 than a wave 4. And then this will be around September, end of September, 20th September, where we can reach this first potential level of the possible lows and further advance. So we are going to stay bullish for now, tracking our overall wave count. In the case we get a 5-wave move lower, perception will definitely change. If we get a 5-wave move lower, which I think we might, we will have to go for a bigger correction. This is a larger 1-week chart. We will have to transform this move here into a triangle, which I don't like much because of this E wave, very short pullback. From the Elliott wave perspective, this is a viable wave count. E wave can be of any length. Usually we look for a 0.618 or 0.61 retracement from the previous wave of, in this case, D wave. But in general, if you look also, just a second. I think, okay, it was the wrong screen. I got it. Okay, let me just, sorry guys. I have been switching in the OBS, and this has made OBS screen switching different. So, okay, let me just quickly go through this again. So, on the smaller time frame, yeah, Todd. Yeah, man. Todd is calling me to tell me that I need to switch a screen. Okay, I did. So, let's let me just write that everything is fine. Let me just write that this was an OBS problem. Okay, so let me just repeat quickly. So in this general correction that we are looking for the possible fourth wave. We have several versions, as I said, but usually if you look this base channel, that might provide the support. So we are going to look for various versions of possibility of this fourth wave. Either a triangle, which might be tamed, as I said, with 23% or more directional WXY towards this 38% retracement and this support. So let's also exploit one of the things which we looked for a possible, as our members call it, a horror scenario, which is a more deeper correction in this fourth wave. This is a log scale, so this is a 200 moving average on weekly. Okay, so if you look, it held pretty nicely before, and we are looking for a possible triangle here instead of a 1-2 wave count. So it's one of the modifications you will let's say potentially kind of a modification which we need to adjust if this is a possible a higher degree orange wave 5. So we need to look this as a possible triangle with this short E wave, although it's not a preferable thing to do. But in general, if we get a 5 waves down from here, we will look this as an ABC pullback potentially towards this weekly 200 moving average, which will have a support levels around this, let's say all of this between 20K and also between this 13K two levels, some around there. So we will also have an option if we see something more exuberant on the downside on the Bitcoin space. Okay, so let's look a little bit a scenario that we are wrong and that potentially this is lesser degree fourth wave. So potentially a bigger flat. I think it is the least possibility I will look. This is a 5-wave move, and this is some type of a lesser degree fourth wave. We go immediately up in this third wave. I don't think that a current environment support this outlook. Although one of the levels which I will look as a wave counting validation will be around 47, and this is something which I will track. So at trading analysis, we are more like a small. We have a more like a multiple scenario outlook. We don't like to be surprised, and I think that this multi scenario outlook is quite something which everybody should kind of have, because if you're glued to one outlook, you might be very well surprised and might spend some time to find your rhythm again with the markets. We like to have more like in military, like many case scenario, so that we can react on a possible kind of a wave counting invalidation or break of some key levels that will prove us to be wrong on our overall outlook. So let me also show you our shorter term time frame. So this is something that we are going to look on a shorter term. So currently from the recent top, we have seen a potential 5-wave move and current consolidation. As you can see on 3-hour chart, the RSI is climbing around 70 currently. This is a shorter term 3-hour chart, which might be kind of a representative of the shorter term move. So after a move down and this base channel, which usually now in this case will act as a resistance, we are at equality of this possible relation between some of the waves, especially of this last leg. So if I see a 5-wave move from here, definitely second wave, possible second wave will be a small confirmation for a potential short down to this 25, 28 fib levels. Support is at around 25,422, and as you can see, we have been trading in a very sideways, kind of indecisive bull and bear equality for now, or a balance. So this balance will be greatly affected if we trace out a 5-wave move lower, which will basically increase probability that we are in this last 5-wave sequence to the downside. From the perspective of trading, we are looking these two ways. We can search for a possible low risk, low stop entry now. Wave count invalidation is here at wave 1 lows, which is at 46,930. And as long as we trade below this wave count invalidation, especially in this side wave kind of a wave structure, we will be looking for a new move to the downside. Okay. Some things which are not so handy with the triangles, especially with this type of corrections, is that this can turn into a complex correction, which will be a W triangle X Y, which will allow a Bitcoin to go a little bit higher, but a 5-wave move lower, and that's why you can trade with or without confirmation. We usually wait for a confirmation to put any trades, or put very small stop loss if we want some time to test the potential reversals. But in general, looking at the complexity here, I would like to see a 5-wave move and a pullback, which will clearly define my risk here. So my stops will be above the previous highs, and on this pullback, my risk will be very small, while you will going to look very nice gains towards this level. Also, a 5-wave move down will have a greater implication on our larger outlook on the Bitcoin, because after a 5-wave move, usually what you are going to get, it is going to be ABC pullback. So this type of pullbacks, and I'm going a little bit more forward before the price action, we might see an ABC pullback, and usually this type of pullbacks, in the case we have this type of developments, will be tamed around this 42, 45K, from where we can see another push down to this 20K or even below. So I think the implications, as the things currently stand, will be greater for the price of the Bitcoin if we see a full developed 5-wave sequence to the downside. So we might tend not to wish that for a Bitcoin, but we have to follow what the methodology says, and also that will create more longer drawn out correction in the future. Sorry for the screen, guys. I usually don't look the comments when I'm focused on the charts, so I apologize, because I have several screens, and when I go into the story, I tend to keep it, and then I look your comments and potential requests, so I apologize on that. Okay, so let's look some of the other coins in the space. Some of them are holding quite nicely, which I like very much. For example, Cardano, ADA, is holding very nicely in this potential, also fourth wave correction. So from the beginning of these developments, we clearly see 1618, which is a kind of an ideal ratio for the third wave expansion on the upside, 1, 2, up in 3, some type of a consolidation in wave 4. We are still in a danger yet to go a little bit lower here. 38% is around 0.65, 23%, which will be more viable for a triangle wave count, is around 1.08. Cardano is a very nice project, so it is developing nicely. Adoption, especially in Africa, it's going on. They hammer a deal with the Ethiopian government, and overall the project is very good, since the applications are incredible. So you can have many things on this one. So I like it very much for the future as well. So I think after some type of also larger consolidation here, we might spend some time towards this 161.8 equality or even equal, which will be a lot sooner than in Bitcoin. That will support my thesis that the store of value in the inflation environment will be less attractive than the overall project use in other cryptos. So if we get just to equality and start to moving on the upside, that thesis will become very viable one. Nevertheless, I will continue to track a potential fourth wave, and I'm going to be, when this consolidation completes, will be very bullish on ADA. Also, one of the projects that is behaving also nicely is Matic. Matic has a very nice overall wave structure. It is very bullish because we have seen a wave 1 and wave 2 on this weekly time frame, and then a further subdivision in 1-2, which was confirmed by this verticality move on the upside in the green wave 3. So I'm going to stay very bullish in the years ahead, as well as we follow this path. I am looking for a potential highs in the higher degree wave 3, pullback in a wave 4, and then finalizing of this first sequence in a couple of years to come in this wave 5. But a shorter term, I will still look this as also possible fourth wave pullback, triangle, or a little bit more on the downside. 38% retracement will come exactly to this base channel support. We flagged for our members last time, and also I think here on the Crypto Lab, this fourth wave support as a possible entry, which has made a very nice move on the upside from there. So something similar might happen. We might also lean to this support in some type or the other pattern, and that will be a great place, I think, for a potential further move on the upside on Matic. So Matic is behaving very nicely. We can also look Ether, Binance Coin, 5 waves down from the top. So I'm not so from the Elliott wave perspective. After a 5 wave down, you usually get just a 3 wave pullback and then reversal. So I will hold my horses on Binance. Because overall on weekly, I'm going to stay very bullish, but I think shorter term, we might also get some larger consolidation there before we find a place for this blue wave 4 and then a continuation on the upside. But overall, on the higher time frames, I'm going to stay following this progression on the upside. In Binance Coin, I think crypto community will grow with a little bit of kind of retracement now, but in future it will grow. So I will stay bullish on this overall exchanges and further developments of the client base in this crypto space. I can also show you Ether. Ether is consolidating, but it's a little bit different than a Bitcoin. It is also in consolidation. We have seen a 5 wave move. I'm still wondering, should I put this B wave here somewhere or here? From the highs, we have seen a 5 wave move lower, so I don't want to be overly bullish looking the higher time frame. So this blue support here, as you see it, are between 900 and 1300 will be my key support levels, whatever the type of this correction unfolds. That's also a previous lesser degree wave 4 support. Also, I'm not in the camp of thinking that Ether can kind of go immediately to, I don't know, over 5,000, because as I said, this one has performed incredible move on the upside, over 5,000% move if you measure from these lows. I think it needs a little bit rest. As a Bitcoin, 4,929%. So I think it will be a little bit not reasonable to expect hitting this very thick fib zone that Ether will just like that continue to attract flows in it, especially in this macro environment. But I'm going to stay very bullish after this some type of a fourth wave correction finish. Provided we hold this support, I think Ether will be a great play once this consolidation is finished and we try to nail this fourth wave pullback for a possible longer term entries for this fifth wave development, which can go pretty much high dependent where this fourth wave ends. So I'm also going to stay very bullish on Ether. I still think, looking at this chart, we are in some type of a correction. I will see which form this correction will take. It can also be a simple one, although as we look the second wave, it was pretty much lasting in time. So let's say we take 0.618 as a time dimension to measure it. So it will be around, I don't know if this is correct one, but around sometime in the future, couple of months. So we will see how that will unfold. We can also look Dogecoin. Dogecoin is just a three-way pullback on the downside, three-wave on the upside. A little bit head and shoulder here, if you can see something from the older technical analysis. So we might go further in consolidation in Doge, either a triangle or something more to the downside. So I will not share this overall optimism in Doge yet. Looking the overall wave structure, so I'm still going to wait on this one to kind of a nail or try to guess where this fourth wave might finish. We can also look Doge on this larger term perspective because feed from Binance, it doesn't give us so much data. So Dogecoin here, where we look at it on this more higher time frame, as you look, I will go to weekly. I like to go from the higher time frames because you can see the picture better. What is going on there? We have a potentially duplicity of these waves. So from the beginning of Doge, we clearly can identify 5-wave move on the upside, 3-wave pullback, and then a character of definitely a third wave when we passed this equality, which I always look. So equality here was around 0.15. We passed it, and we can now remove this equality. Usually, this kind of overrun of equality for this extent will mean that Doge will continue on the upside, although, as I said, on smaller time frames and the lesser data which I showed, I think this fourth wave is going to be somewhat longer. But after it is finished, we might continue on the upside towards this 3.09 on this log scale chart for the this wave 3 potential top, since we look these fib ratios as a potential reversal point. But Doge looks good, still looks bullish. There is no 5-wave sequence to the downside, which implies a possible sideways consolidation. Okay guys, so just to mention, as I said before, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, Bennett and I will welcome you on this trading analysis webinar regarding crypto space. So you are welcome to sign in. You can do that by either going on my Twitter feed, where you're going to find the link, or you can go to trading analysis/blockchain, and you will find a page where you can just register for this event, and then it will actually let you participate in it. Let me just show you this page so you can sign in if you like. Okay, it's here. So if you go to the trading analysis, you can. This is a additional address, so you can go also on just trading analysis/blockchain. It will lead you to this address. You go down there and you can register You just put your name and email here, and it will also notify you 1 hour before the event is starting. So join us there. We're going to dive deeply into all of the nuances of the crypto space, macro environment development, future for the cryptos, narrative as well. We will look some of the additional metrics that we look for the crypto space. So you are welcome to join us there and be our guest on this webinar. Of course, if you don't want to visit us there, you can always go to Trading Analysis website. We have a really good crypto service there. So we have a Discord channel with a great community. We also have a cryptocurrency dashboard where you can find members webinars, chart room, also cryptocurrency repository where Motivate users, which is a phenomenal tool we use, can find immediately my wave counts there, and trading analysis app as well. So if you'd like me to look some of your charts or your requests, please write me in, and of course smash the like button. Let me just look some of your requests. I see Todd tried to remind me for the screen. I apologize once more for that. Okay, so let me look. I'm just scrolling through your requests. VeChain. VeChain is still holding good. I like VeChain as well. So from this perspective, if you look at the higher time frames, I think VeChain is some type of a fourth wave pullback. We are dancing around this equality measure, which I already mentioned, but only a three-wave pullback, which will allow a potential fourth wave, a lesser degree development. We count this as a 1-2 and potential wave 3 lesser degree development here. So I'm still going to look for some type of a possible longer correction, but for now we are holding well in a VeChain as long as we trade below this wave count invalidation here. So I like VeChain, definitely a nice pattern, lots of prospects in this chart in the future. So just a little bit of patience that this potential fourth wave develops. So it looks very good for now. Let me look for Rune. So I didn't look this one, I think, before. So Rune. I think I get the right one. Wow, Rune looks nice. So let's try to put that in a perspective of the Elliott wave wave count. So this will be a wave 1 and a wave 2. So pretty much is developing nicely. So I think there is more to come in the future. So this might be a initial third wave development in the wave 1-2, potentially wave lesser degree of the wave 3. So is over. So you can look on a smaller time frame, a subsequent development also here. So if we go to a lesser degree, you can look for some way of also consolidation before we go higher. So let me just adjust this. So it's still looking very good. A nice chart here in this one. Let me just change the color so you can see. And let's throw some fib ratios here to see what extensions or fib projections. We came to exactly around 200, and we might climb even more in this one. So after some pullback, I would look for more upside in this one. So it still looks very good for the longer term hold. We'll have some of the hiccups here on the road after this first initial sequence fulfill the whole wave structure, which means that the higher degree wave 3 will have to stop somewhere, and then you're going to have a longer correction here in a wave 4, but overall it looks pretty nice yet. Hey Wilson, I think this was from you, so I hope you liked it. So it looks very nice. T-Fuel, interesting. Let's look T-Fuel. Yeah, this one also looks very nice. From this perspective, you will look this for some type of a wave 3 development, either finished or it's going to finish up there, and then you can look something like this. So it's still looking bullish for now. So let's look some fib ratios on the upside. Let me just correct this. Trend-based fib extensions. 1618 is at 1.10, so possibly this one after this consolidation might go a little bit further on the upside and then reverse, because pretty much here 5-wave sequence in the wave 3 might be finished somewhere around there. So short term, potentially not much of an upside available. And then after a fourth wave correction, this one have a chance to continue further on the upside. So it looks nice. Uniswap. Okay, let's look Uniswap. Yeah, Uniswap, I think it's still on its way on the upside. So I don't think this correction is still finished. We have a 5-wave move to the downside. It can be a part of a flat, I'm still not clear, but I will go with a little bit more longer correction here, and then when other cryptos and the environment becomes a little bit more stable, I will look for more on the upside. So I'm still going to stay bullish in a further progression on the upside with the Uniswap. For now, 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5, so you can count this as a even complete a third wave sequence with a fourth wave. Here we are at equality here, but that means if we get into some type of a triangle and E wave doesn't invalidate these highs on the wave 1, this wave count will be still valid according to the rules. But what is interesting after that, usually when you have a wave 1 and 3 equal, wave 5 will be potentially much more longer on the upside. So if we get, and if we label this as a third wave, with the equality measurements, as I think you will see here, I think then after we have resolution, we might even go much further on the upside in this 5th wave on Uniswap. Definitely a good project. Okay, guys, let me scroll a little bit more to see something of let's do one more. Come on, guys, give me one more. We looked Matic. One more, guys. Just type in, or I will choose one. Okay, let's look, for example, let's look at this XRP. Okay, XRP. XRP has been very popular. There is one guy which is always leaves a comment, and he's an interesting fella. When I do this crypto lab and I don't mention XRP, he's always like, oh, this crypto lab is not worth it. No XRP. That is so funny. I always go back and forth with him in comments. Okay, so for him and for the others, XRP. Yeah, so on this larger time frame, I might be tempted to observe this as a triangle. I don't know if that will be viable because of the possible solution or resolution in this court case. Maybe on that one, XRP might go out of this consolidation and continue higher. But for now, I have to be in line with the methodology. So only three-wave move on the upside so far. So from this case, I will go for a triangle, okay? So 1, 2, a nice 5 waves up in a wave 3, so 3 waves down in A, 3 waves up in B, so I will still stay a little bit more bearish. Of course, I can be denied very easily if we see a continuation of the price on the upside. So just take this with a grain of salt, because from the perspective of methodology, I have to follow it. I don't want to go aside from it. So I can also tell you that I have both wave counts, which are kind of a valid or favored. So this one will be more bullish, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we go up, but we need to start get going above these highs. As long as we trade below these highs, I can still consider this to be some type of a triangle case here with still wave A, up in B, down in C, D, and E, and then we go on the upside. Okay, let's look SafeMoon. I never looked SafeMoon. I will do now. What is this? Can you give me a symbol? Oh, this is a SafeMoon. Okay, I got it. I got it, guys. Whoa. What the heck is happening here? Oh my God. Okay, guys. So SafeMoon. Let's do this on a SafeMoon. Let's put one of the things that we usually do as the corrections are in question. So let's throw a kind of a channel base here. Let's presume that this is some type of initial move on the upside. There is not much data here. And let's look this to be some type of an A, up in B, and down in C. Okay, so let's look from the perspective of the equality. Let's also look equality measures. Okay, so equality is pretty much almost as a double bottom. So you might be tempted to look these levels in a SafeMoon. I don't want to read it because it's 0 and then 8 zeros, 9, 4. So this is 1, 2, down in 3, some consolidation in wave 4, and one more push to the downside. We didn't see anything impulsive further on the upside. This is only a 3-wave move, which is definitely not impulsive. So with the SafeMoon, I will either go with a possible small triangle here, or it can be WXY, a little bit more upside, but definitely I will for now stay more bearish on the SafeMoon towards these levels. Then I'm going to portray a bullish wave count, because I don't see it for now. Okay, so I don't know, it's a safe for now, but yeah, for now I'll have to stay bearish on this one. I'm sorry to disappoint anybody, but from the technical perspective here, I still don't see a bullish case on this one. Okay, so yeah, so that will be all for this Crypto Lab, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry again for this small hiccup regarding the charts. I will have to rearrange this to work differently. In the OBS here, the software we use for streaming, I need to adjust some charts for the screens, and since I have a different inputs in different cards on my computer, it needs to be adjusted differently. So I will have to take that into account. And I hope you will join us tonight. I think we are going to do a very nice job in analysis of all the crypto space, and we will of course show some more charts regarding the outlook. And we hope we are going to see you there. So stay with Trading Analysis, an awesome team with a sound methodology, and join us for tonight's webinar. Stay well, and see you next Thursday on the Crypto Lab with Alex, following this crypto space meticulously every day for our members and for you guys. So stay well and see you next time. Bye bye.